Hi, I'm Dylan Dixon, and today we're going to be making this magnifying glass on a tripod into a death ray that follows the sun. So I found this old magnifying glass I had. I think it came out of like a photocopier or something, and I 3D printed a case for it so that I could actually mount it on a tripod. And then I realized that it pivots. So then I thought, well, what if I just make it follow the sun so that it'll always burn the best? The first thing we're going to need to do is write the code, so let's do that. There, code's done. Now we can actually get on to building the thing itself. So the brain is an Arduino Nano, and it's powering a stepper motor that'll just turn the direction of the sun. And I have two photoresistors. I'll have a piece of 3D printed plastic between them. So then it'll turn towards the one at the highest value. And when they're within a certain vicinity, it'll just stop. And I was an idiot and couldn't figure out how to turn off the stepper motor in the code. So I just have a transistor using as a switch that'll just turn it off. While filming, a delivery truck dropped off an order from Amazon I got. It's one of these Dymo label makers, so I thought that'd be handy for labeling projects. I doubt it'll come in use for this one, but I already have some ideas for it. I guess we might as well just crack it open. While we're here, I'll just use one of these wire cutters. Throw that to the garbage. So it's one of these ones. Prints on this tape stuff. Now we'll design the CAD files, which I haven't done yet, so I'll do that. The first mounts have finished printing, so we'll take them off, cut off this brim, and see how they fit. I designed this to hopefully fit the motor on, and it seems to be sized up properly. And these two will bolt together with some M3 bolts. I've now got this part mounted on here. You can see I just used like some wood screws because my M3 screws wouldn't work, and I actually cracked it, but I filled it in by putting some filament in the end of my Dremel. I actually heard this trick from somebody else with a 3D printer. All of the electronics I'll probably just mount on like a piece of perf board or prototype board, whatever you want to call this stuff. And then it'll just, my dog keeps whining, just come off the back of here or the bottom. It's the next day now, and I was just going to rip this thing apart and replace the stepper with a servo, because last night I spent an hour or two trying to get it to work because it just stopped working. And then today I re-uploaded the code and it worked fine. It works way better than it was even working yesterday, so I'm not sure what's different. The only thing I did was take out the Arduino from the breadboard and stick it back in, so maybe there's a bad connection, but we'll continue with the build now. I've just redesigned these parts, now I can print them out, so we'll just hit 3D print and then put it in Cura. We're all ready to go, we just gotta print it out. Now we wait. The parts just finished printing and you can see them here. You can see there's a problem here. And now I'll show what happened. So the filament got tangled on the spool. I'll put a picture up here. Like in the middle of the roll. It was definitely not my fault, as I never let the filament unwind. So it was somehow wound like that from the factory. But when I took it off the bed, this snapped. Out of the focus on my phone is just terrible. There. It's now day I don't even know what of this project, and you can see the gears kind of work and it'll move it, but it's not as good as I want, so I think I'm going to do a different approach on making the gears. After some trial and error, I think I finally got the CAD file correct. You can see there's the big gear that'll maintain stationary around the tripod, and this is the little one that will attach to the motor. Here's where the two photoresistors will go, with the piece of plastic separating them. And this is a mount I made for the motor driver. So we can get it printed out and assembled, then I'll show it. It's now finished. Here it is. You can see the gears printed out fine, all the mounts, and the magnifying glass, which all this is printed in black, PLA, and this is printed in white, PETG or PTG, whatever you want to call it. Because originally I just printed this to go on a tripod, because I wasn't planning on making this, but then I just thought it might be something cool to do. So let's go see outside how it works. I also decided I put my new label maker to use, so I wrote danger. I thought that was just kind of funny. I guess it is kind of dangerous with a death ray or whatever you want to call it. It works far better than I ever guessed it would. So if I move it, it'll turn back. It'll basically the same spot. So they had it a bit there, so. Just move the motor itself. Now it's looking for where to go. And it's going right to the sun. I'm actually very happy with how this thing worked, and I don't think it's going to be like most of my projects where I rip it apart within a few days. I think I'm actually going to keep it and have fun with it. So thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed, stay tuned for more projects like this coming soon. So thanks for watching.